Hi, my name is Rich Casal. I'm a district conservationist for the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service in California. I'm also a certified professional erosion and sediment control specialist. I've been working with the agency now for over 42 years, and I've had a lot of experience working with wildfires and restoration of wildfire damaged areas on California watersheds and landscapes. NRCS has several different programs that addresses fire restoration. So a wide variety of audiences we deal with that have concerns about erosion and soil protection, both in preventing damages before a fire, immediately following fire, or being downstream of a fire. If I was to narrow down three things a landowner should do following fire, I would say that it's important to keep bare and disturbed soil protected. And in some cases, it may already be protected. A raindrop hits bare soil at about 30 miles an hour and it can displace soil particles 5 feet in any given direction. So even if it hits a leaf, if it hits a rock, if it hits part of a plant part, it's going to take all that energy out of that water and spread it out. A second rule would be drainage, is again looking at sources of concentrated flow over a fire damaged landscape, either whether from a roadway, from a trail, from drainage systems that were in place that were doing something before the fire, now have been compromised in some way and will only be a problem after fire unless we tend to areas where water is able to concentrate and collect on the slope. Sometimes this might be at culvert outlets where a roadway was burned on both sides. Before you had dense vegetation at the culvert outlet, now you have nothing. So we find that most of our erosion issues are going to come from the areas that were most severely disturbed, where the ground was actually churned up, from the firefighting effort, from previous road systems and conduits of water in the landscape. The third point is really to do nothing. It's so important to really decide whether or not you need to do anything right up front before you throw everything but the kitchen sink at it and only end up giving yourself a false sense of security or hope because you feel like you've done everything you can, you've protected everything, and you're good to go for winter. On this particular fire, we've just had a significant rainstorm, the first rainstorm of the season, and we're just starting to see evidence of erosion and concentrated flow over the landscape. In this particular situation, we have a little access trail that has channeled the water and has started to cause some rilling. Initially, the erosion process is at work here. If we don't do and address this before future rains, this could turn into, a sizable erosion problem. It could even turn into a large gully if it's not addressed early. So what could we do here is we take care of the source of this water by outsloping this trail. Just as simple as a hand rake, taking this outside berm off of this trail that's causing the concentration and diversion of water to this low point. Once you do that, there isn't going to be any concentration of flow here, so there won't be any more water entering that small channel, causing it to get larger and larger. I hope some of the things we talked about today will be helpful in planning for winter following fire, maybe preparing your landscapes for the future if there were a fire, and also to protect your home if you're downstream of a fire. Whatever you do, try to keep in mind that one size does not fit all. Sometimes doing nothing is better than doing something that might create a false sense of security or actually make a problem worse. Working with qualified and professional experts, including NRCS. NRCS has offices in practically every county in California. I always say it's a good first stop. It's free assistance. They can also help with a site assessment or other helpful information that's specific to your county or your area. Look for additional information from local NRCS offices and check out the California website for more details.